So what we're going to be covering today is how generative AI can be used for CEOs. So we'll touch briefly on what generative AI is, what the role of a CEO is, just so we're all on the same page, how it can be used for cognitive amplification, can be used to assist for the vision and the strategy of the business or from the CEO or GM, how it can help be a better leader, and how it can help scale an organization. But what is generative AI? So it is a little bit of the same of automation, how things are a lot faster, better, and cheaper. But probably the biggest differentiation is decision enhancement. So it's going to help you with human level judgment and creativity to make better decisions or to work through different verticals or different areas that business may want to go after. So what is the role of the CEO? First one is do not run out of cash. That's the reason why all businesses go under, if they have some sort of cash flow issues. The second is to set the vision. So what is the vision of the CEO? Where they're going to take the company, develop the strategy to achieve that vision, how to lead and develop their leadership teams, and how to maintain those relationships between, say, the board, internal stakeholders, and external stakeholders. It's cognitive amplification. So a human currently has about 2 hours of high throughput cognitive load per day. That is usually in the morning before they get inundated with emails and calls and fires put out. So what generative AI allows is to increase that output. So from 2 hours to say 4 to 6 hours, you can increase that mental output and allows you to consume information in a way that's most suitable for you. So there's a lot of inbound information that a CEO or a GM gets every day. And generative AI, you can sort of transform that information to the most consumable format for you. So it's about personalized information and data collection. It can help you summarize and transform information. It can help you brainstorm and plan ideas or problem solve, and help you draft and revise. So a big thing for us that we use, which sounds so simple, but it is, quite a big cognitive saver, is email. So email come into our system. When they hit reply, we've got a little generative AI that reads the email and drafts a reply, and then we approve and can hit send on that, just saving out our cognitive load the best we can. So the best questions to ask yourself, we potentially use generative AI, is questions like, what's the most manual, tedious, and time-consuming tasks? And what do you avoid because it's too painful? And this usually happens after lunch. We're a bit tired, we're a bit fatigued, and we don't want to really get into that really high cognitive demand task. We usually put it off the next day. What activity actually add value to the business? And what's the beneficial business outputs of a given scarcity? Usually there is only one CEO. So where is your time being spent and how does it get the most value for the company? And how do you know if a decision or activation is successful? Another one is latency between decision-making and impact. So as a GM or as a CEO, you make a decision. If you can decrease the amount of time it takes for you to have a successful outcome or some sort of feedback loop, the better your decision-making can be. If we've got a high latency sort of activity where you make one decision and you don't see the impact for 6 months, very difficult to iterate and to make the right decision. And also help you form those KPIs, also helps you decide what's going to be successful and what's not, and when to pivot. And also what activities are the highest priority or highest stakes. So with a GM CEO, they're usually the highest paid person. How are you spending those hours, those minutes, those seconds to get the most output and be the most efficient for the company? It helps you develop a vision and strategy. So you can create a view of the market, helps you identify competitive advantages. So for us, what we do is we take all the listed company documents that are public and we train models on it. So think about an annual report, it has quite a lot of information on what that business is doing. And if you have multiple annual reports, you can put it into a large language model and it can tease out what companies doing what, where, what strategies they're implementing that others aren't. And for us as a business, we can then react to that and meet them where they're going in the future. It has predictive capabilities. So if you can translate the real world into sort of mathematics or the real world into a large language model, it can help you show you what's going to happen in the future. So in regards to development schedules, in regards to the number of units that need to be built over the next 10 years, it's quite easy to take what the group should do, put it into a large language model with the data such as the demographic data, so the over 75 populations of what suburbs, that's provided by stats and the real estate data to give you a really, really clear picture of where the next villages are going to be built and where, based on land availability, based on competition. And then also red teaming. So you can put in your visionary strategy into a large language model and say, why am I going to be wrong? Or if these conditions change, what should I be looking at? So it helps you work through different scenarios to really sort of like really shore up your strategy and your vision so that you can work through the challenges that hit us on. Communication. So personalized communication will be a thing in the future. So with sort of the one message or one vision, not everyone can understand the vision easily if the communication styles are different. And that could be of different backgrounds or different cultures. So by using a large language model and by personality testing or understanding your people a lot better, you can then create automatically personalized communication. This means for a lot better alignment and a lot better understanding. And it also provides an instant feedback loop. And the big one is to decrease latency from decision to action. So if I can communicate the most effective way, I will be able to have a better output for the business, which means I have better feedback, means I can confirm or deny that was the right decision. Leadership augmentation. So what we're satisfied with the deployment of our artificial intelligence is that it's given us a lot more time for people to people, and it's allowed us a lot more time to develop our people. We disc profile, so personality test our staff or our leadership team, and we're able to tailor their communication styles to our message or to our vision. And this helps us be a lot more empathetic in regards to their concerns or their worries. So for me, I'm quite a direct person and I'm not always the best listener. So it helps me, I actually put it into one of our GPTs and I say this person and say an I of the disc profile, for example. And it helps me translate their emails into a way that I can consume and actually understand what is the root issue and how I can be a better leader. It helps for introspection. So I can write in a few different decisions or a few different ways to develop my people and work out, is this the right way? Am I being too critical? Or how can I go around this a different way to reach that audience? And then it makes leaders smarter. So you can consume information a lot quicker and understand the market or the problem a lot better. So if you were to put in, for example, a annual report or a 6-month report into a GPT or a chat GPT and hit summaries, it will take 140-page document, summarize key points, and then you can double click on areas that you want to explore, or you can ask it, what's the area of concern or what the market generally telling you. So it allows you to consume a lot more information because again, the smartest organizations win. That's been proven time and time again, but usually it starts at the top. The smarter the leadership team can be, the better the output, the more competitive, the greater advantage they have. So generative AI can help you scale an organization. We sort of tongue in cheek say it's about scaling humans. So it's about giving them the information at the right people to the right time and the right decisions. As managers, you can't always be there with your people 24/7, but what you can do is give them a co-pilot that talks to them in the most consumable way for them to help develop and understand what the vision, strategy, and mission is. And if they understand where you're going, they can help achieve those goals a lot better. It also provides not just you, the manager, but them instant feedback about their progress. It allows effective communication and it allows feedback from people on the front line back to our knowledge workers about what's working and what's not in a sort of a non-confrontational way. So if you interact with a co-pilot, you're a lot more likely to ask questions you're unsure about than if it's your manager for the fear of being perceived that you're not listening or not understanding a problem area. And then having a co-pilot is really the key to sort of training and making people more effective. So we've got current co-pilots with our frontline workers. At the moment, we're doing a trial where it used to take us about 3 months for them to go from day one to really understand what our services are. And our initial sort of indication has been down to about a week. So we're going from 3 months to a week because our co-pilot, they can go through, take photos of furniture or items to pack, and it tells them how to do it. Or if they're in a situation, they can whip out their phone on their co-pilot, go, what should I do here with X, Y, and Z? And it'll give them some ideas of how to solve that problem. So the training time or the latency to be effective is significantly decreased. So generative AI makes the CEO more effective and efficient. It helps them have their vision communicated in the right way to the right people. It gives the right information to the right people at the right time to make the best decision possible. It allows instant feedback loops so that we know how our decisions are impacting the day-to-day. And it allows us to scale humans. As an organization, the hardest part is getting people on board for your organization, getting on board for what your culture is, what your mission is, and what your values are, so that you can provide that great service or product to your customers. But it also allows them to feel like they're valued and provide feedback instantly so that the knowledge workers understand the impact of their decision.